Hello, girls.
Hi. Look my new Dragonball Z card.
Hold it steady. Oh, physical combat.
Yeah. Red elbow strike from a girl that doesn't fight. Really, she doesn't.
This is me. I'm about 10 years old in that video. It should be no surprise by those of you who've seen my videos before that I was always a bit of a nerd. And no, not the kind of nerd stereotype you see on shows like Big Bang Theory, like actual nerd. I remember several times when I was younger, friends would get frustrated with me because I would correct them on stuff about their favorite TV shows and video games. No, if you stack 10 bombs outside of the Temple of Time, you can't blow it up, and no, I'm sorry, but Mew is definitely not under that truck. It was compulsory. I couldn't let that stuff go, and my obsession with that culture continued well into my adulthood. Focusing on that clip, though, the character I'm talking about is Bulma from a show called Dragonball Z. If you don't know the show, it's filled with guys with fantastic hairstyles who are constantly battling evil life forms for the sake of the planet. It's filled with macho men, and if this clip didn't reveal it already, I tended to favor these characters over ones like Bulma. Back then, I wasn't comfortable being a girl in a hobby where very few of my female friends were as obsessed as I was. It wasn't until this lovely lady, Android 18, came along that I had anyone I could even relate to from a female perspective. And even she got relegated to the background with the rest of the girls when she became the wife of this dude. Heck, even as an adult, I went to go see that Frieza movie in theaters, and the movie even joked that she should be the one fighting in the big super battle. Not Krillin, but guess who goes to the fight? Anyway, you can see my problem here. I should clarify. Dragon Ball Z is an awesome series, don't get me wrong. I know it was never supposed to cater to this tomboy, but rather actual boys. This really was my problem, you see, not the show's. But fortunately, the one show that was supposed to cater to me, well, it was incredible. Sailor Moon is a show that basically composes half of the videos I make on this channel. I love it that much. But compared to most anime today, it's a lackluster magical girl experience wrapped in a surprisingly well-animated package. But if you watch the show from a historical perspective, especially given its time in the 1990s, you really start to see the magic. You see, you had plenty of shows that catered to boys, but there were really only two standouts that were exclusive to girls, Sailor Moon and the Powerpuff Girls. And while the Powerpuff Girls taught me that it was okay to be a spunky, fun young girl, Sailor Moon taught me that it was okay to be the kind of teenager, and later the kind of adult I would eventually become. I suppose that Sailor Moon had the opposite problem of Dragon Ball Z. There's really only one major male character in Sailor Moon, and that's Tuxedo Mask, who, like his single female character counterparts from other shows, is seen as a bit of a joke today. But Tuxedo Mask aside, you had not one, not two, but at least 5 or more female characters at any time that girls could relate to. Again, this is the flip side of Dragon Ball Z. Over the course of my life, I related to all these characters at different points. I wanted to be smart and kind like Sailor Mercury. As I got a bit older, I wanted to be edgy and dark, but still nice like Sailor Saturn. Nowadays, the narcissistic and straight-up selfish personality of Sailor Venus cracks me up, but it's her leadership qualities that I now admire as a teacher. Sailor Moon also has some pretty hard-hitting lessons that stuck with me as a child. I'll pick just one for this video. At the end of Sailor Moon Asks the Movie, Sailor Moon says this rather interesting quote. "We have a lot of ups and downs, pleasures and pains, but that's life, and we learn to accept the bad with the good. Without the bad times, we wouldn't appreciate the good times. Life is precious, and I cherish it, every living moment." Learning to accept the bad with the good can be tough for just about any kid, especially a kid growing up during the times of 9/11, when we as a nation, America, definitely wanted to remember those good times. Like most people interested in our hobby, I was also under the constant threat of bullying. I hid my interests at school for fear that someone would target me for them. I appreciated the times I could be with friends and truly express myself, and Sailor Moon helped me see that. It helped me cherish those moments. Again, Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon are both good shows. Both shows are different and achieve different things. But I wouldn't have learned this lesson if I didn't open myself up to my feminine side and embrace what I otherwise thought was wrong. I used to shy away from being a girl. I was terrified of seeming fragile, weak, helpless, of getting sent to the background. Sailor Moon helped me realize that being a girl means a whole slew of things. There isn't just one type of girl, and fortunately, today's culture is now giving girls plenty of examples of that. I had those bad times without representation, so I can now appreciate the good times where there is that representation. I can appreciate that there are cartoons, comics, and other mediums for boys and girls in abundancy. I can appreciate that there are stories out there that teach us that being a girl, any kind of girl, is a good thing. It's okay to be a girl that doesn't fight. It's okay to be one that does. It's okay to be you. Uniquely you.